It's now the Nigeria Startup Act. It's been passed into law and is recognized as the Nigeria Startup Act 2022. Over a year after its first draft was produced, the President Muhammadu Buhari, assented to the NBS, which is targeted at the growth of the country's tech ecosystem. Well, we've been talking about this with Omori Edoigiawere, Member Communication and Strategy Communications Team with Nigerian Startup Bill Secretariat. This is good morning. Good to see you. Good to see you on the other side.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations! I think in place.
Thank you. Yes, congratulations.
I mean, you're beaming with smile.
Very, very happy and excited for the prospects and the promise of the act.
I'm sure you're going to remember this administration for a very long time.
Oh yes. Very long time, because this is landmark. It's a landmark act, and that is going to really position Nigeria as a leader in the regional startup ecosystem. Yeah, but
I mean, not automatically. If we don't use it, if we don't put it into action, it's an act. If we don't act on it, we will not be that leader. I mean, we have e-Naira now, but I mean, I don't know how many people are using e-Naira. We're the first on the continent to have the CBDC, the central bank was that CBDC, digital currency.
Digital currency,
you know.
Yes.
But how many people are really using it? So if we have this act, yes, it's laudable, we are celebrating it, but if we don't act on it, it's just going to be there, a paper.
Oh yes, so the startups, the last time I was here, one of the things I said was that startups are innovative, they are restless, and they want to work. They don't have time for bottlenecks or anomalies or bureaucracy. And one of the things that the Act has come to do is to cut out all those bureaucracy, give them the ease, give them that light rail, right? That speed train to thrive and do phenomenal things. This is going to be the first law that has come into the fore with active involvement of private sector players. I mean the private sector, for instance, but I have been at the forefront with a lot of phenomenal people pushing for the act. The drafting had sector players part of the process. The consultation had sector players part of the process. The defense had sector players part of the process. So not just the regulators, not just the government. So the implementation, which is just as important as actually the passage, is also, you know, a joint effort. The idea is to leave no one behind. The truth is, these startups are going to be regulated. These startups are going to be given the support they need. They are thriving all the same, but this time in a better place, with a better plane. So I don't think that this will be business as usual. I think that this time what we have is going to be a law that everyone can rely on, that has something in place for every startup.
So you don't think that a new administration will bring a change to the speed that we hope to see?
No, because one of the beautiful things of having a law is that once it's a law, it is binding on every successive administration. So it's an agenda that has been set, that every administration just needs to come and follow. And the truth is, when this is not a political law or act, it's one that has enormous capacity to boost the economy.
Except a politician gets interested or has a child or a relative that...
Well, the labeling process is very clear. The law provides for labeling, right? And it gives very clear guidelines for meeting the requirements. If you meet the requirements, you apply, you become labeled. If you get labeled, you begin to reap the benefits. But right now, the focus is even on state adoption, getting the states to contextualize the benefits of the bill, getting the states to create contextual policy frameworks for startups in their ecosystem, right? I had said before that one of the most important things that the bill would do, even for the states, is that while they bring home the benefits for startups in their states, it also creates a competitive edge, right? In civilized jurisdictions or in more developed jurisdictions, you find that every state is trying to make ease of business better to attract more people, right? We must begin to look, if we're going to be looking beyond an oil-based economy, One of the things we have to focus on is data, is technology, is innovation, because that is the new oil. And if that is the new oil, you have to create an enabling environment. So it's not just a federal law. It's not just an act that will guide at the federal level. It is one that the states are going to latch on to, contextualize, bring home to their states.
So is that what the Secretariat is doing now, trying to get the states to adopt it?
Oh, yes, yes. So even before assent was granted, there's been state engagement. Some states have already, like I said, Lagos State, Anambra State, Yobe State. Some states have taken active steps to adopt the bill. Now the act, right?
Yeah,
so,
act.
And then, you know, begin to contextualize the benefits for startups in their states. What is most important now are collaborative efforts. Collaborating with sector players to ensure that no one is left behind. In the immediate, we expect that the gazetted version of the act is made available to the public, because we've seen a couple of versions of the bill, which, but right now we ask people to wait to receive the gazetted version.
Okay, then they can work with that.
Yes, and then they can work with that.
So how soon do we expect that, and how soon should we expect implementation of the act? So
implementation is in stages. Implementation has already started with, you know, stakeholder engagement, you know, because, for instance, you have the startup portal. The startup portal is going to involve a lot of regulators. It's important that everybody is on board, and like I said, you leave no one behind. So you have everyone on board to give full effect and full steam, so that nobody drags you back. You know, a train moves, no one stops it. So you don't want anyone to drag you back.
And you're as strong as your weakest link anyway.
Yes, very, very true.
All right, thank you so much, Omoru Edoigware. Thank you so much. And congratulations once again. We'll certainly be following you.
Oh, yes.
To see that this doesn't just end in the paper. It's not just one of those policies that, you know, come and go. And we hope to feel the impact in the economy. In our next GDP, we'll see what's happening with startups. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me, and lovely place.
Thank you so much. All right, so let's take a short break now. When we come back, that thing that concerns you, food security, well, we'll talk about that. This is Business Morning on Channels Television.